time. It would be a goddamn crime. Loving you is easily, me not lie. Send me one breed, you start smiling.
James Harden's going to be hearing that for a while, and you would guess it'll be an actual title he'll hold sooner rather than later. And not surprisingly, he's atop Sekou's latest MVP ladder on NBA.com. Harden, LeBron, Anthony Davis, DeMar DeRozan, and Damian Lillard.
Yeah, the Warriors stars were up in my top 5 for a long time, both KD and Steph at one point together, but their injury issues have forced them out of that position.
Kind of made an argument for them, hasn't it?
It really has. But, this ladder is it's a fluid ladder where you update it every week, so you actually have to participate to stay in that top 5. We can't grandfather your spot in.
You can lose your spot.
You can lose your spot due to injury. But the final ladder of the season will be a reshuffling, to encompass the entire season and not
the body of work.
Chronicling of
the body of work.
Yes,
body of work.
Yes. Absolutely. But listen, I've talked to people about this the last few days. This is one of those rare seasons. As great as James Harden has been, you could make solid cases 10 guys deep, all the way down to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Mm-hmm. Look at what LaMarcus Aldridge has done, carrying the water for the Spurs all season. So many Karl Anthony Towns, so many great performances from players in their respective situations. So you're really not just gauging who's the most valuable guy to his team, but who's had the best season, which, as we always talk about, Matt, there is no clear directive about are we voting for most valuable to his team or most outstanding season.
The ballot offers no direction.
Yes.
So what is your definition, by the way?
My definition has always it's a work in progress, mind you, but it's always been who's having the most outstanding season in the league, not just, in his particular situation.
Okay.
James Harden's season is outstanding and stands above the crowd to me when you hold it up to the light against anybody else in the league. Steph, I think, had a very similar case in both of his MVP seasons, stronger in one than the other. Last season, Russell Westbrook, I know a lot of people disagreed with it. A lot of people thought James Harden should have won it last year.
I thought it was really tough.
Yes, but I thought Russ's body of work from start to finish, the triple-doubles, gave him a slight edge. I think James Harden's season this year, with the fact that the Rockets have moved into that number 1 spot in the West and in the entire league, puts him in a position where he should claim his first MVP.
Well, that's the context that always matters to me, because the definition I've come up with is the player whose season was most integral to his team's very successful season. The team has to have a very successful season, whatever that means. It could mean that he was playing with a bunch of 12-year-olds and they made the 8th spot, right? I mean, if you want to take it to a logical extreme.
Yes.
All right, well, how's your list different right now?
Well, I've got Stephen Curry in there at 3, and mainly because he's a terrific player, but aside from that, because I used to change his diapers. So it's a homer pick. All right? I'm just putting it out there.
Most of us can't use that. Most of us can't use that criterion.
It's a homer pick.
Yeah.
He's family. So I'm putting him in and he's averaging more points this season than he has in all of his other seasons with the exception of his first MVP.
Yeah.
So he's playing better. But the injury, I spoke with Dell the other day, he said it's a significant sprain, one that's similar to the one he had a couple years ago at Houston. And so it's going to take a little time. I'm looking for him to be back. And then I threw the freak in there because he's just had an unbelievable year. Giannis has watched him play not long ago live in person. 6'11", 7-foot point guard, 2 guard. Once he gets where he can shoot the basketball, forget it. But he's already, he's 5 percentage points above where he shot the ball from 3 last year. He's 27, 28%. He's right around 32 or 3 this year, so he's making a little bit of progress. We used to back off Michael back in the day when he was young, because he couldn't shoot it as well as he did everything else. So you would pick your spots with him. He came back over one summer, and guess what? He could shoot it, and then it was over for the rest of us. That's what will happen with Giannis. He's going to become a shooter. He'll put in the hours, but, man, he's a fantastic basketball player.
For folks not making the connection, do you want to explain why you're...
Stephen was born my rookie year. I was 19, 20 in Charlotte. I lived down the street, or 2 doors down from Dell and Sonia. They had their first baby, Stephen, and they would bring little baby Stephen over to my house and drop him off once a week to go to the movies together.
But you babysat.
And I would just hope that this little guy in a bassinet wouldn't go to the bathroom where I had to change him or wake up.
Right.
And they were always happy when he was alive, when when they got him back at night.
Well, as a parent, that is your primary goal. Really.
I always had him alive.
What? Hey, okay. Naruto, Nine-Tail, Fox, I feel like a Gucci ad-lib. Burr, go to the Coca-Cola, mascot, polo bird, put my salsa lasagna.